the enigmatic dance of the avoidant. It's like watching a cat in a room full of rocking chairs, isn't it? Indeed, we are about to embark on a journey into the heart of why avoidants seem cold but feel deeply inside, a paradox wrapped in an enigma if ever there was one. Picture a glacier, vast and imposing, seemingly indifferent to the world around it. Yet beneath its icy exterior lies a churning, complex ecosystem teeming with life. So too is the heart of an avoidant, a realm where emotions roil and churn beneath a protective layer of frost. Now, the world of human relationships is as varied and intricate as a tapestry woven by 1,000 hands. And in this tapestry, avoidants are those intricate, elusive threads that seem to disappear when you look too closely, only to reappear somewhere else entirely. They are the Houdinis of the emotional world, masters of the art of escape, yet not because they wish to vanish. No, dear listener, their vanishing act is often a defense, a shield against the tumult they feel within. Let us delve, then, into the tale of Oliver, a man whose life seemed meticulously crafted to avoid emotional turbulence. From the outside, Oliver was as composed as a British butler, with a penchant for routine and a distaste for anything that might ruffle his feathers. His friends would often jest, saying he had ice water in his veins, but this was merely the facade he presented to the world, a carefully constructed armor forged in the fires of past experiences. You see, Oliver's childhood was a landscape of unpredictable emotions, a place where affection was as fleeting as a summer breeze. His parents were, shall we say, emotionally inconsistent. One moment warm and inviting, the next distant and unapproachable. It taught Oliver the art of self-reliance, the necessity of building walls high enough to keep the tumult at bay. And so, he became the master architect of his own emotional fortress, complete with ramparts and a drawbridge that rarely lowered. But beneath those battlements, Oliver's heart was anything but cold. It was a cauldron of unspoken hopes and dreams, a place where emotions danced in wild, unrestrained abandon. He longed for connection, yet feared the vulnerability it demanded, and herein lies the crux of the avoidance paradox. The very thing they desire most is the thing they fear to embrace. Consider, if you will, a hedgehog. When threatened, it curls into a spiky ball, protecting its soft underbelly. The avoidant operates in much the same way. When faced with emotional closeness, they retreat, presenting a prickly exterior to ward off potential hurt. Yet this is not an act of malice, but one born of survival, a learned response to a world that has, at times, been less than kind. Take, for instance, Oliver's relationship with Emma. She was a vibrant soul, all warmth and spontaneity, a whirlwind of color in Oliver's carefully ordered world. Emma saw past Oliver's facade, sensing the depth beneath his surface. But her attempts to draw it out, to coax him from his fortress, often met with resistance. Oliver would retreat, leaving Emma to wonder if she had erred, if her warmth was too much for his seemingly cool demeanor. In truth, Oliver's retreat was not a reflection of Emma's worth, but a testament to the depth of his feelings. You see, the more he cared, the greater the risk of vulnerability, and thus the higher the walls he erected. It is a cruel irony, is it not? The deeper the love, the more formidable the defense. Yet, as with all tales, there is hope nestled within the folds of this narrative. For while avoidants may seem distant, they are not impervious to change. Oliver, for instance, began to recognize the patterns of his own behavior, the cyclical dance of approach and retreat. With this recognition came the realization that his fortress, while protective, was also a prison. And so, he began the painstaking process of dismantling it brick by brick. He learned to communicate his fears, to share with Emma the tumult that roiled within. It was not an easy path, this journey of vulnerability, but it was a necessary one. For in lowering his defenses, Oliver discovered the profound connection he had longed for, a bond that was all the more precious for the struggle it entailed. In this tale of Oliver and Emma, we find the essence of why avoidants seem cold but feel deeply inside. Their journey is one of contradiction, of longing and fear intertwined. It is a reminder that beneath the surface of seeming indifference lies a world of emotion, a landscape as rich and varied as any we might imagine. And so, dear listener, the next time you encounter an avoidant, remember the glacier, the hedgehog, and the fortress. Consider the possibility that beneath the surface lies a heart that feels as deeply as any other, yearning for connection yet wary of the vulnerability it demands. It is a dance as old as time, this intricate ballet of approach and retreat, and one that holds within it the potential for profound transformation. For in the end, it is not the avoidance that defines them, but the depth of their capacity to feel, a capacity that, once unlocked, can lead to connections more meaningful than they ever dared to dream. So let us approach with understanding and empathy, knowing that within each avoidant lies a heart that, though hidden, beats with a passion as fierce as any other. And perhaps in our understanding, we might help them find the courage to lower their drawbridge, to step beyond their fortress, and to embrace the world of connection that awaits them.
If you believe this video might help someone dear to you, share it with them. A small gesture on your part could mean the world to a friend in need.